how to transition to tech as a cybersecurity professional without a tech background. And I'm so happy and glad that you finally made it to tonight's session. And I'm also happy because the information that will be shared tonight will actually transform your life. It will help you to transition to tech. We have been doing this for the past 6 years now, and we have thousands of testimonials on this. So the fact that you made it to this program, I want to say a big congratulations to you, because the information you'll be getting tonight will actually change everything that you have been doing. It will change everything that you have been doing. So that being said, I will share the outline for tonight's session with us so that we have a roadmap of what we are doing tonight. So how to transition tech as a cybersecurity professional. How to transition to tech as a cybersecurity professional. So here's the outline. Number one, who are we? Let me start with who are we? Tutor Consulting Limited. Who are we? Number two, who am I? Who am I? The founder, Digital Consulting. Number three, why tech? Why transition tech? Why cybersecurity? Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cybersecurity? Number four, what exactly is cybersecurity? What exactly is cybersecurity, and why is it one of the hottest tech disciplines? Number five, how to transition cybersecurity. So how do you go about it? Number six, question and answer. Question and answer. Number seven, next steps, digital way. So that is what we'll be doing tonight. Next steps, the digital way. That being said, let's get into it right away. So who are we? Digital Consulting, who are we? Who are we? So first of all, Digital Consulting has been around for the past 6 years. We started during COVID 2020. And even though before then, a year before then, I've been doing some stuff, but we actually started in COVID. And in the past 6 years, we have trained tens of thousands of students. And we have helped thousands of students to transition to tech. Digital Consulting operates in 3 continents. We operate in Africa, Nigeria. We operate in Europe, that is United Kingdom and parts of Europe. And we operate in North America, which is United States and Canada. Tonight's session is for people in Nigeria, but people in Europe can also take advantage of the promo price. So if you are fortunate tonight and you're attending today's session, that means you'll be paying far less than what you would have paid if you were to attend the Europe session. So it's your lucky day. So that being said, we are an organization of over 70 staffs and still counting, career coaches, tutors, admin staffs, teaching assistants, and that's it. So that's what we have been doing so far, and I'm the CEO of Digital Consulting. But don't take my word for it. Let's get to Google. Let's do this as fast as possible. So when you get to Google, search for Digital Consulting on Google. Digital Consulting on Google, and when you do that, you get to Google. So here is our reviews. Now, why do I do this? It is very important because there have been many times people have reached out to me and they've asked questions like, oh, sir, I love what you do at Digital. I've seen the great things you are doing. but I'm scared because I attended the training program before, or I know someone that knows someone that attended the training program, and at the end of the day, it was a waste of money. They didn't achieve anything. They didn't gain anything. So, sir, please, how am I sure that I will not have the same experience when I register with Digital, right? So what I tell them is that everybody will declare his own righteousness. Everybody will declare how great they are, how wonderful the organization is. But success leaves proof. Success leaves proof. So what you should just do is to go to Google and search for digital consulting, and you can see our reviews here from our students. So take your time and do this. Just go to Google digital consulting reviews. You see all these reviews. So that will show you what we have been up to in the last 6 years. Now, in case that is not enough, you can also go to LinkedIn. The beautiful thing about LinkedIn is that on LinkedIn, you get to see what our students are actually doing. On Google reviews, you see what students have to say, but on LinkedIn, you see the students, you see the activities, you get more information about our graduates from digital consulting. So what I'm going to do, I will go to LinkedIn and I'll search for digital consulting on LinkedIn. So let's go. I'm going to LinkedIn, and when we get to LinkedIn, search for digital consulting. Right, here we are, LinkedIn, digital consulting, we're right there. So what do you do on LinkedIn? You start to search. You can see the activities of our students here. You can see what they are doing, what they are up to. You can see, so we keep at it, on and on and on and on. So this tells you a lot about the organization. You can see their certificates, their certification. You can see our faculty. Yes. So you can just continue. It's endless. Just keep going. So when we say we've trained tens of thousands, that's the reality. And we've helped thousands of our students to transition to tech, to get their first tech job, to set up tech-enabled businesses, work as freelancers in the field of tech. So this is just endless, on and on and on and on and on. So that's the second place to check is LinkedIn. Check us out on LinkedIn and see what our students have been up to. It's just endless, right? So now it doesn't end there. I also want to check us out on Instagram. So we have an Instagram page that we update with. Once in a while, we update with activities of our students. So our Instagram page is what we say about ourselves. That is what we say about ourselves. So it's also good to check us out on Instagram and see what is going on there. So let's go. Digital Consulting, this is our Instagram page. You can see job testimonial. There are just a whole lot of testimonials, right? If it's about testimonials, you'll be tired. A lot of testimonials about digital consulting, about what we have been doing, about our activities. So a lot of testimonials. So that being said, let's get down to the subject for today. Okay, so we are done with who are we? Digital consulting. Who are we? We are done with that. So we just have 6 more points to go, even though there are 6 very detailed points. So the next thing is, who am I? Right. So I'm the founder of Digital Consulting, and I'm the one that will be presenting to you today, even though I'll be having Nelson will be coming on tonight. He's our internship manager for cybersecurity. We'll be having Shegun is our career coach for cybersecurity. And we'll also be having some of our students to come around tonight to share their experience with Digital during the training and after the training. But I think you should know a little about me. So let's go. Who am I? I'm Omiyale Yomi Martins. I'm a pastor. I pastor outside of King's Church at Ojodubega, Lagos. For those who know Lagos, that's the church that I pastor. And I'm a tech trainer, as you should know by now. And I'm also a real estate developer. So that is basically me in three words. A few pictures. Let me share a few pictures. I think a few pictures will do justice to the kind of person that I am. So let's go. Let's go. So, who am I? Okay. Okay, so I need to get this straight. Done. Okay, okay. Okay. That being said, let me just share. I think I'll just share a slide with you, then we can look into the pictures much later. Yeah, a slide would do. Okay, so who am I? Let's go. Who am I? Let's go. So we need to do this ASAP. So before now, like many of you watching me, I used to work as a tax accountant at a multinational big four tax and auditing firm. And I was there from 2013 to 2018 as a tax accountant. Then 2018 December, I worked as a senior tax accountant with the largest indigenously owned Nigerian oil exploration and production company. And I was there for 13 months until I discovered the opportunities in tech. Once I discovered the opportunities in tech, there was no going back. There was just no going back. So 13 months after I got my oil and gas job, a very high paying job, I was getting allowances in dollars and I was well paid. I left the job and I've been in tech ever since then. I'm a pastor, like I said. I pastor Household of King's Church, Ojodubega, Lagos. So this is me right here. I'm married. This is my wife, right? These are old pictures, but I like to always show them. This was at the start of the church, right? So let me share a few pictures. I don't know why that picture stuff wasn't working the other time, but I'm going to get it. It's going to work, whether he likes it or not. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, this is me right here in church, doing my thing in church, right? We'll say one more or two more, and then we'll call it today. And that, since that is not scrolling. Okay. So, all right. So this was me. This is me during COVID. I think immediately after COVID, when I used to do physical trainings. This was during COVID. So that's that for that. That's that for that. So back to our slide. Back to our slide. Who am I? Back to our slide. So what's the next agenda on our slide? So who am I? I've introduced myself to you. I'm a tech trainer. I'm a real estate developer, and I'm a pastor. So the next thing is, why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cybersecurity? Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cybersecurity? And at this point, I'm going to get a bit more practical with us. So, contrary to what many of you might think, the world is not moving away from tech. The world is moving to tech. And let nobody deceive you that, oh, you know, tech is going to be saturated. That is a big lie. There is no saturation in tech. The world is not moving away from tech. The world is moving to tech. So the best time for you to get into tech was before today. The next best time for you to get into tech is right now. So get into tech now. Don't waste time. 5, 6 years ago, AI has always been there. But look at what AI is doing today. Everything is virtually about AI. So don't waste time. Stop dilly-dallying. Stop overthinking it. Do it and do it right now. Right? So that being said, I also want to say this, like, think 3 categories of people are actually listening to me tonight. And the first category of people watching me tonight are people who are in Nigeria looking for opportunities in Nigeria. So you are in Nigeria, you are looking for opportunities in tech in Nigeria. If that describes you, you are in the right place. You are in the right place. Now, the second set of people are people who are in Nigeria and who are planning to relocate the Western world. You are in Nigeria and your plan is to relocate to the Western world. UK, US, Canada, Australia, Europe. We have students all over these places. You're also in the right place. Then the third category of people are people who are not in Nigeria. I know many of you watching me, you are lucky enough to be watching from Europe tonight, or you are watching from North America, so it's your lucky day. Right, that being said, right, let me share this story with you. So we have lots of students in the United Kingdom, thousands actually. And for some of our students in the United Kingdom, they do these jobs that require shifts. So some do 8 hours, some 12 hours, right? And they juggle it with their cybersecurity training. And at times it could be challenging doing this kind of work and still, but they pull through. Like this week and last week, I still did work reference for 2 of our students who got jobs in the United Kingdom, right? And I'm always happy and proud to say that I did one this week. I did another one last week, right? So they still pull through, despite the fact that they have jobs that they are doing, that is taking their time. They still have to attend to family. They are still able to get their job done. They are still able to attend the training, write the exams, get certifications, go for interviews, and get a job. Congratulations. Now, so that means that if you're in the United Kingdom, you're in Europe, you're in North America, don't have it at the back of your mind that, oh, how am I going to do this? I have a job. Others have done it, and they've succeeded at it. So if others have done it, why not you? Now, number 2, there are people who are in Nigeria seeking to relocate to the Western world. You're also in the right place. And I would say that while you are processing your visa, you are getting everything together, writing your exams, doing all that you need to do, this is the best time for you to acquire a skill. It is the best time for you to acquire a skill, not when you have relocated. Well, when you relocate, it's still possible. It might be a bit tougher, but if you have the opportunity right now to attend this webinar, you have this opportunity to be in this webinar, why not take advantage of that opportunity now? Why wait till when you relocate, when you now have an 8 hours job, a 12 hours job to do, and you're now trying to transition to tech? Do it now. So you're planning to relocate, get a tech skill right now. Don't delay on it. Don't play with it. Don't waste time on it, right? So that's the second category. Now for the third category, oh, I'm not interested in this relocation thing. I'm okay in Nigeria. I like the life in Nigeria. I just want to travel once in a while. So you are in my own kind of category. So for those of you who are like that, there are job opportunities in Nigeria for cybersecurity professionals. Lots of them. Lots of them. Organizations are looking for cybersecurity professionals in Nigeria. Medium-scale businesses, financial institutions. Cybersecurity has become a thing in Nigeria now because of the rise in cyber attacks, and also because of the cybersecurity regulations that this current government is very serious about. Cybersecurity has become statutory. It is no longer something that, oh, you can just do it. It is now something that must be done. So that's number 1. So there are job opportunities in Nigeria for cybersecurity professionals, lots of them. Lots of job opportunities in Nigeria. Now, number 2, even though you are in Nigeria, there are still opportunities for you outside of Nigeria. There are remote job opportunities for cybersecurity professionals, especially on the non-technical side, even on the technical side. There are many job roles that you can do while you are in Nigeria remotely. Like you don't even have to leave the shores of Nigeria to get these jobs. And at times, some organizations even sponsor your visa to Europe, to North America, to Australia, to these countries. After you have worked with them for some time, or even before you work with them, they sponsor your visa, right? So that is how cybersecurity is. That is how it works. So there is always something for everybody, but don't take my word for it. I don't have so much time. I'll soon be bringing our professionals here, but let's just do this right now. So cybersecurity jobs. So you can see the way I'm searching. Now, when you search for these jobs, don't be discouraged that, oh, these jobs are asking for 5 years experience. Forget all those things. Those things are just stories, right? Those things are just stories. They are just stories. The reality is that if you attend a cybersecurity bootcamp, it will suffice for your work experience. So don't be so much about work. Like the references I did last week and this week, they got the jobs even though they just finished the training. One finished the training in April this year. I think another finished the training ending of last year. I think November or December. Right? So it's not like they've worked, they've had 5 years, 10 years experience, right? So your bootcamp suffices for the years of experience. So if you have attended a bootcamp where you are well taught, you will work on projects, that's work experience. That's work experience. So let me share my screen. I've not even been sharing my screen. Right, so let's get into this. So cybersecurity jobs in Nigeria, as you can, like I said, there are lots of cybersecurity jobs in Nigeria, lots of them. If you search, you always find. But we know there are in Nigeria. But let's look at United Kingdom. I might not have time to go into this job, but I need you to say, by the time you do this search and you are checking for this job, don't be discouraged. Oh, they were asking me for 5 years experience, right? As a matter of fact, I tell our students that it's easier to get mid-level role in cybersecurity than an entry-level role. Why? Because there are more mid-level roles than entry-level roles. There are more mid-level roles than entry-level roles in cybersecurity. So most organizations are not looking for absolute beginners. So the question you ask is, sir, I'm an absolute beginner. That is before you start a bootcamp. By the time you are done with a bootcamp, you are at the mid-level position, right? So a bootcamp of 6 months transforms you into a different individual entirely. That's the way these things work. So in United Kingdom, we have 14,000 cybersecurity jobs, 14,000, right? Now, and that is, so let me even change the dates. In the last week, that's like 5,000 in the past week. Let's look at today. Within 24 hours, 1,000 jobs have been posted today in the UK within 24 hours. Right. So I'm just trying to say that it's about your mind. It's in the mind. So let's do European Union. European Union today. So let's do Australia. Let's start with Canada. For those who want to go to Canada, today, don't forget we are doing today. So in the last 24 hours, Canada, 646 results. In the last 24 hours, 646 results. So let's go to United States. This one will be massive. This is going to be massive. 5,000, just today, 5,000 jobs have been posted today in cybersecurity. Now let's go to Australia. Let's go to Australia, 232, right? Other countries that are very strong, that recruit a lot of Nigerians, Poland, 223. They recruit a lot. Ireland. Yeah, we're going to get a lot from Ireland, 181, right? I know of Estonia. We have a lot of our students in Estonia, 96, right? So that's it. We don't have so much time, so let's get moving. All right. So why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cybersecurity? So that being said, I've shown you the job opportunities. Let me take some time and run you through why tech, why transition to tech, why cybersecurity. Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cybersecurity? So I'll just share a slide with you and we can run it. So if you are watching me, if you are gaining value, if this is making sense, can I see your hands? If this is making sense, can I see your hands? If this is making sense, can I see your hands? If this is making sense, can I see your hands? Oh, wow. A lot of people, I can see your hands. Interesting. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks for the encouragement. Thanks for the encouragement. So let's get moving. Let's get moving. Let's go. So I will share this slide with you on cybersecurity. Okay. Because Nelson will be joining me very soon. Okay. By 7:40. Okay. So cool. And let me just run you through this. Let me run you through this, and we can get going. Now, for IT opportunities are abundant, but the laborers are few. So we've said that. Why tech? Tech has the potential for, there's massive potential for remote jobs, flexible job schedules, freelancing, and a shortcut into making 6-digit income. No IT background needed. So you don't need an IT background, right? That's it. No university degree needed. So some of you are saying, oh, I don't have a tech background. I'll leave all those things as stories. Get a bootcamp, get your projects, get your certifications, get your internship, and transition to tech. Am I saying, oh, by tomorrow morning, you have transitioned? No, but it's a short path, right? It's a short path. Now, no age constraints. You can start at any age. There's no age constraint. You can start at any age. That's the beauty of tech. You can start at any age. There's no age constraint. And I think I should share with you the story of Bookie, right? For some of you who might feel that, oh, this tech thing, is it going to be very hard? I'm in my 40s. Oh, I'm not a young person. I'm not all those whiz kids. Okay, so Bookie, right, transitions to tech. One of our students, Mr. Hilary, is actually in his late 50s and currently is setting up a cybersecurity consulting company after our training, right? After our training, he's floating a cybersecurity consulting firm, right? So it's in the mind. Now you can, when you have time, you can just read more about Bookie, right? She transitioned at the age of 44. At the age of 44, you can see Bookie, right, transitioned into tech career at the age of 44. She currently works as a senior IT auditor in the US. That's it. That's it. So I just needed to attack that mindset that makes you to think that, oh, tech is so hard. It's for 20-year-old people, 30-year-old people. That's not true. That is not true. So back to my slide. That is not true. Back to my slide. All right. Now, remote jobs, fact or fiction. Like I said, I've shown you LinkedIn is your friend. Remote job websites are there. So what do you need? We'll still go through all this as we proceed, right? So what exactly is cybersecurity? I think it's best that I explain it with a picture, right? I think it's best if I explain it with a picture. So I'm going to share a picture with you. That picture will do justice to this. The picture will do great justice to this rather than sharing with words. Words are not as powerful as pictures. Okay. So why transition to tech? Why transition to tech. Why cybersecurity? Right. So first of all, let's look at what cybersecurity is. Let's look at the what of cybersecurity. We can talk about the why of cybersecurity, even though I've explained the why a little. So one of the things I love most about cybersecurity and why anybody that is serious can literally change their life by being a cybersecurity professional. Like, you can just change your life. No matter how hard things have been, you can give yourself focus, give yourself time, attend a boot camp, implement your projects, write your certifications, start applying for jobs, do your internship with us. You will be fine. Like, the world is just at your fingertips. The world is at your fingertips. So one of the things I love a lot about cybersecurity is that there are many job roles. There are many job roles in cybersecurity. There are many job roles. Now, so someone asks, oh, sir, if there are many job roles, sir, I want to be an ethical hacker. Please, I want to learn penetration testing. Sir, is penetration testing? Do you teach ethical hacking? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. We have results. We have been doing this for more than 6 years. We have a lot of successful students who did not know Jack, but now they are working at multinationals around the globe. We have successful students in North America, in Europe, in Nigeria, in Australia. So by the grace of God, we have results in this area. And this is the simple process. When you come into Agital, your first 6 months, your first 5 months, sorry, grounds you in the foundation. So don't come with this idea of, oh, I want to be an ethical hacker. Is penetration testing? Do you do penetration testing? Listen, what you need first of all is the foundation of cybersecurity. When you go through our program, our 5 months program, you understand the foundation of everything. Then towards the end of the 5 months program, you start to specialize. You specialize. And some people did not even do the internship. We have 6 months remote internship after the training, but some of our students did not even do the internship before they got their first job. Right? So don't come in, oh, come in to master the foundation. Towards the end, in the last 2.5 months of your training, then you specialize. So that's very important. Take note of that. So these are the disciplines in cybersecurity. Now there is application security. You know, applications. So these are people who are specialized in securing applications. But like I said, any cybersecurity professional is a generalist first and a specialist later. Because if you come in with the mind of, oh, I'm an ethical hacker, you will not be a solid ethical hacker because you lack the foundations. You lack the foundations. So there's the application security, there's the architecture, there's the cybersecurity auditor. These are people who audit cybersecurity system. They audit information security system. Now there is cloud. When you come in through this program, you learn cloud, you learn the cloud security. You are introduced to the cloud environment. You are not coming to this program to become a cloud engineer, but you understand the cloud. Because if you are doing cybersecurity today and you are still struggling with the cloud, you are not yet ready for cybersecurity. So there's compliance, right? There's the cybersecurity compliance. There's compliance, right? They are in charge of compliance. There's education. I'm a cybersecurity professional. Why? Because I'm in the education niche. So there are people in the education niche. And let me say this, education niche is not just what I'm doing tonight. It's beyond that. Statutorily, organizations should have cybersecurity awareness training every 6 months. Why? Because the threats organizations faced 6 months ago are different from the threats they are facing right now. Threats keep evolving. It keeps evolving. So cybersecurity awareness is a 6 months renewable product. Every 6 months you have to renew it. There's engineering, there is a generalist, there's governance, that's GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. We also call them non-technical. So these are people that are concerned with regulations, standards, cybersecurity policies of an organization, regulations governing the organization, the standards governing the organizations, regulations like ISO 27001, standards, ISO 27001 standard, that's a standard. Regulations are like the Nigerian Data Protection Act, that's a regulation. So regulations are statutory, standards are voluntary. But standards are also very important because if organizations don't comply with the standards, it affects it affects their business. Many companies will not be ready to do business with them when they feel that these organizations are not complying with the standards. But regulations are statutory, and that is why cybersecurity is a big thing now in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. Because if the organizations disobey the regulations, they'll be fined heavily. So every organization needs a cybersecurity professional. That is why cybersecurity is a big deal, because every organization needs them. So whether they believe that they will be attacked, they don't believe that they will be attacked, the government believes that they will be attacked. The government believes that they should secure themselves. And if they don't secure themselves and they put their customers at risk, they put their investors at risk, the government will fine them, even though the threat has not materialized. So that is what we call statutory. That is what is called a regulation, right? It's a regulation, meaning this is regular. Now, when it comes to standards are not enforceable, but standards are also necessary because, for instance, there are third-party risk management. Some companies will not deal with other businesses when they can't see evidence that this organization has a third-party risk management framework or complies with third-party risk management policies. So it is not, there's no regulation to it, there's no fine to it, but they will lose customers. They will lose businesses because they are not compliant. So when you keep hearing ISO 27001 flying up and there, it's not because anybody will fine anybody or arrest anybody if they don't comply. But an organization wants to do business with you, or a local company in Nigeria wants to do business with organizations outside of Nigeria, and they feel that, oh, I lost this contract, I lost this job. Why? Because I couldn't produce evidence of ISO 27001 compliance. So it is both a business decision and a statutory compliance procedure, right? So it has gone beyond, oh, it's not just financial institutions are interested in cybersecurity. Or if you're not a financial institution, you're not. Then we have investigation. So these are forensics. That's investigation forensics. So when you are hearing of forensic, malware analyst, crime investigator, forensic analyst, so they work with security agencies. This forensic. There's networking, network security engineer, and there is offensive. You can see that all this noise of yes, ethical hacking is part of our program. Penetration testing is in the program. You can specialize as a pen tester. But the reason why I just had to make that clarification is that many people come into cybersecurity thinking that the only thing in cybersecurity is being an ethical hacker or a penetration tester. It goes beyond that. It goes, as a matter of fact, you are likely to get jobs faster by mastering the foundation rather than just being fixated on being an ethical hacker. There's operations. So when you hear SOC, Security Operations Center, that is it. That's operation. So that is where we have SOC analysts. There's privacy. Data protection is a big deal. It's a big deal. Data protection is a big deal. There's sales. We've had some of our students who have gotten jobs working for cybersecurity solutions company as sales professionals. Why? Because it takes, for instance, it will be very hard for me to sell drugs, even if I'm a salesman. Because I'm not a pharmacist. You get it? I'm not a pharmacist. So why should I be selling drugs when I'm not a pharmacist? I didn't train to sell drugs. So anybody can make noise and say, oh, this thing, it can cure this, but am I trained for it? So most cybersecurity solutions companies, because of what selling cybersecurity solutions entails, they prefer to hire cybersecurity professionals as sales professionals. Not just that somebody is selling alcohol, or somebody has sold their spare parts, or somebody has worked for a company that sells cement. And the next thing, oh, I'm working for this organization now. We are selling cybersecurity solutions. Big fat lie. Big fat lie. It doesn't work like that. Cybersecurity is technical, so it needs technical people to sell, because there's also something called pre-sales. Pre-sales. So you are talking to a CIO, Chief Information, or a CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, or a CIO, Chief Information Officer. You're talking to the CTO, Chief Technical Officer, and you don't even know the foundation of cybersecurity, and you want to sell them a solution. They're not going to buy anything. And there's a threat. When you get threat hunter, threat intelligence analyst, these are people, they don't wait for the threat to materialize. So if Bank A is hacked, a threat intelligence analyst will investigate why that hack occurred, so that Bank B in the same industry can safeguard its systems against that attack. So that is the work of threat hunters. They are called threat hunters. So that is how this field works. That being said, if you are with me, can I see your hands? If you are with me tonight, I need to see your hands. Should I continue, or should I just close my laptop and go home and sleep? Man, I need encouragement from you. Okay, I think people are watching me. There's encouragement. I'm being encouraged. Yeah, so people are really watching, right? So I just have one more thing before I bring on Shegun. Yeah, and I think it's about why cybersecurity. Why cybersecurity? Why do we have organizations who are not joking with their cybersecurity? They are not joking with cybersecurity at all. So why cybersecurity? Right. So I'm going to I'll just share this up. No time to waste time here. Just do this up. So this is why. This is why. In 2018, cost of cybercrime was $860 billion in 2018. And now this report was as of 2022, right? We need to update it. Now, it is projected that by 2025, this year, I have to check what the cost is right now, but it's projected that it will be $17.65 trillion. In 2018, it was $860 billion. By 2025, it is going to be $17.65 trillion. So cybercrime is on the rise. And organizations cannot afford to joke with it. So if you say, oh, will tech be saturated, will cybersecurity be saturated? Not at all. Because the hackers keep increasing. The threats keep increasing. Organizations now have to secure themselves, right? They have to secure themselves. So that being said, I'll be bringing on tonight Mr. Shegun Ebenezer, our career coach at Digital Consulting. He'll be joining me right now on this session as we look into how you can transition to cybersecurity. How you can transition to cybersecurity. So he'll be sharing with us his journey and what to expect at the sessions with him. He's highly qualified and he's well experienced. Wow, Mr. Shegun, how are you doing, sir?
Good evening, sir. I'm doing very fine. How are
Yeah,
you
good to
too?
see
How is the
you.
family?
Fine. How is the family too? How is Madam? Yeah,
We are doing very great.
yeah.
Thank you.
My warm regards to her.
She will
Yeah,
hear. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So over to you. Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. Anytime I'm called upon like this, I'm really happy to, share my experiences and, inspire, people. And also, it's my responsibility to ensure that the skill gap that is, you know, daily increasing in cybersecurity is filled up. And one of the ways to do that is bridging that gap, which is what Agita is doing, right? A short introduction about myself. I'm Shegun Ebenezer Olanio, and I'm a cybersecurity professional, a UK global talent, and have a couple of awards to my name in the industry, and I currently work with a UK company, and I'm currently based in the UK. But I've had experience working with a couple of US companies before I moved to the UK, right from Nigeria. All of my career has revolved around the Nigerian cybersecurity industry because I started my career in Nigeria and I started working with international companies right from Nigeria. So that's a little about me. You can check me up on LinkedIn to know more. Thank you.
Okay. So thanks for that. So the second question I have tonight is what's your journey like? So you've told us about the jobs you have done, but can you just describe to us your journey, how it started, and how you got your first job, your second job, and your subsequent jobs? Right.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, I started my career in 2020 and I started with, learning on my own. We don't even have, as at then, we don't have a lot of opportunities that we have around now, a lot of communities that we have now. And then it was really hard to start out. So I started during the lockdown and I started learning, leveraging resources and some examinations and some trainings that were made available freely then because of the lockdown. And by the end of 2020, had already had about 60 certificate of completion to my
Oh,
name. And at the beginning of 2021, I already had 6 internationally recognized certifications, not just certificates, certifications to my name. And in 2021, Q1 2021, or Q2 thereabout, I joined a community named Blacks in Cybersecurity, and they posted a job, a US startup looking for a cybersecurity analyst and a research analyst in cybersecurity. So I applied, and from that community, the truth of the matter is most of the jobs that people get, sometimes they get it from these communities. The jobs that are being posted in communities like that are sometimes more than the ones that are posted in job boards. And that's why during the coaching session with students in Agita, we encourage them to join communities, cybersecurity communities, because most of the time, some opportunities are being shared within those communities that were never made public, because most of those people, they believe that if you are part of such community, it means that it's either you are some sort of professionals, and for you to be accepted into such community, you have certain credibilities or certain qualification, right? So that was how I got my first job. Jump on the interview, a US based company, and that was how I got my first, job, which was US based. And from there, the second job I got it from a post I made on LinkedIn that went viral, and about 3 CEOs reached out to me, when they saw the post and all of that. And from there, I got my second job with a UK company, and that is why we also teach LinkedIn optimization and how to leverage, LinkedIn for visibility within the industry during the career sessions. So you see that most of the things that we share in Agita, all of the instructors, whatever they share are things that they've been through, the lessons they've learned while they were at their journey and while climbing the ladder in their career. So these are not just theory or head knowledge. These are things, practical things that have worked for these instructors and for the trainers, right? That's how I got my second job. And the third job that I got in US, it was a job posted on Twitter, and the person was just,
Wow.
"Oh, my company needs a security analyst and all of that," on
Wow.
Twitter, and then posted the link there, and I applied. I was shocked. I was called upon for interview, and that was it. So you see that all of these are strategies, like you can leverage all of these, professional social networks to your advantage, and you can position yourself to be able to attract such jobs. And that is what we do, and that is what we teach in Agita. So that's basically how I got, my jobs and how my journey started into cybersecurity. I was showing up. I was showing, the things I was doing. I was showing results, even though I wasn't recognized at first for all of those things. But I was consistent in telling my story, in sharing the little that I've learned, the little work I'm doing, and people are noticing. They might not reach out, immediately, but they are noticing, and people are looking at consistency. When they see that you are consistent, one day they will just have an opportunity, and then your name will be the first name that will come to mind. Oh, I've been seeing this guy posting about this and that, and I think this guy should be able to do the job. So that you don't just look at it as, oh, I've been applying. And sometimes it's not just about sending your application out, it's about showing up. So thank you.
Interesting. Well, that's really interesting. So the third question I have is, some people watching to now will be like, oh yeah, Mr. Shegun is a genius. If it's not everybody that can do what he did, right? But can you also share with us some of the success stories of people that you have mentored, who have also replicated your kind of success, so that we know that, okay, it's not because you possess certain attributes that other people don't possess, so they should not even bother, right? Because when people hear about this thing of transitioning to cybersecurity without a tech background, it just looks like
Yeah.
a dream, right? So you could just share with us some relatable stories and experiences.
Okay, so I love sharing this one because it's a very inspiring story. So when I was in Nigeria, this was around 2022, and I was doing, mentorship, coaching, and all of that, personal, one-on-one. And there was this man, a 45-year-old man in Dublin,
Wow.
who reached out to me on LinkedIn, and he was like, "Oh, I'm transitioning, and I want you to, take me through the whole process and all of that." And I jump on a call with the man because I was like, "Oh, this man is old. Will he be able to, be able to contain all of this about cybersecurity?" And he's from the healthcare industry. It's not. He doesn't have any tech background. And then I jumped on the call, and when I chatted with him, I see that he has decided that he wants to move, and he was ready to like put in the work. And then we started, and before I know it, he was like, "Oh, yeah, you're coaching me on this, but I want to also have a formal education." And before you know it, the man actually enrolled in an associate degree in
Wow.
cybersecurity. He did that for 2 years. He finished, and after that, he enrolled for BSc. He used this associate to enroll for BSc in cybersecurity, and he's done now. This same man now has a penetration testing consulting company in Dublin.
Mm.
He's employing
Wow.
other people to work for him. This was a man as at 2022 who doesn't have any sort of experience in tech at all. He was coming from the health background. That is one. In Agita itself, we've seen series of candidates who doesn't have any tech background, who came in and subjected to the rigorous training in Agital, the career coaching sessions, and at the end of the day, they actually landed internships, landed a job, and all of that. So these are examples of people who have engaged, have interacted with, who came from a non-technical background. It is not because they have two heads or because I have two heads Whatever you put your mind to, I believe that you will be able to achieve. And cybersecurity is not restricted to people with technical backgrounds alone. In fact, in cybersecurity, there are not so technical, career paths in cybersecurity that can suit anybody that is coming from a non-technical background that doesn't want to like go into techie things, right? There are those paths that they can actually follow, and I believe anybody can do cybersecurity. It just depends on the individual, the kind of commitment they give to it, and the dedication that they are willing to give to it.
So let me ask you a funny question. Even though it just came now, then we'll move to the last question. So people want to go for a master's in cybersecurity versus, so if somebody had a choice between a 5 months boot camp with 6 months internship after that, or a master's program in cybersecurity, based on your experience, based on the fact that you work in the industry, what would you really advise the person to do? The person
Okay,
has just one choice, either 5 months
that or
boot camp,
this.
internship, or master's in cybersecurity. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so if it is a game of choice, I would
yeah.
say that the person should go for the boot camp because it will be hands-on. It will be
Mm,
hands-on. If you go for masters, yeah, there will be some assignments, there will be, but it won't be hands-on totally, to be theoretical. It will be like a
mm,
curriculum in a university setting where you read textbooks and then you go for exam and you write the exam and that's it, right? But a boot camp that is practical oriented for
mm,
about 6 months to 1 year with internship inclusive will give you hands-on experience. It means that while you are learning all the security principles and concepts, the instructors who are expertise from individual path of cybersecurity industry will be taking you through the practical way of implementing all of the security concepts that you are learning, right? And that will fast track your learning and fast track you getting acquainted with how the real world, cybersecurity
mm,
operation works. Because when you eventually even land a job, nobody wants to say, "Oh, were you trained on this or were you trained?" You have to hit the ground running
funny.
immediately.
Mm,
The company is
mm,
expecting that immediately you start delivering, right? So if it is a game of choice, I will advise that such person should go for a boot camp with a internship included that would actually give them
mm,
first hand practical experience on real world projects, real world cybersecurity projects, incidents that has happened before, where they throw them into those kind of projects and then they work on those because those are the experiences that you'll be able to share even when you go for interviews and they're asking you, oh,
mm,
can you share with us a time that you work on this and this, how were you able to deal with it? You will be able to bring from the experience that you had with your boot camp and the internship to be able to answer those questions. You don't want to answer those questions from the place of I read it on ChatGPT or I read it online, right? That won't work.
yeah,
Experience is currency in cybersecurity.
pretty.
Experience is currency, and it can be gotten from in two ways. It's either you get it from job or you get it from work. Work means you are subjected to some kind of project or some real world scenarios where you are
Yeah,
trained on how to deal with all of these incidences, how to use some of those tools to be able to do some security assessment and all of that. And that's what Agita offers, right? And I think that
mm,
is the best choice if it is a game of choice. And masters can now come later. Most of the time, most especially in developed countries like the UK, the US, your masters doesn't matter, right? They are very crazy about experience. In fact, sometimes certification, yeah, the recruiters will be crazy about certifications. Those are gatekeepers. But hiring manager that wants to hire you does not care about your certification.
because
Can you
you'll be
get
working with him.
You'll be working with
So
it. Can you
it's
get the
either you make
job
his
done?
work hard or you make
Or
his work
so
easy.
he doesn't care. You have certification. So
Yeah,
some of them here does not even have so much certification. Some of them they are climbing the career ladder based on experience. You see someone who has worked in a company for 20 years, has 20 years of experience building infrastructure, and you are coming with a certification that you just studied for 3 months, and then you went to go and write exam. What do you want to tell him? Like, what do you want to tell him? So, experience is key, is a currency in cybersecurity. And if you have a program that will give you such, I think you should go for it before you consider any master's program. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Right. I actually asked the question because, like last month, I had this session and some of our students came, and a lady was sharing her testimony and said the person who advised her to register for our program actually did our program. And she told her that if she knew, she wouldn't have done a master's program in UK in cybersecurity. According to her, the job she got now was because of the project she did in the bootcamp. Now, and I mean master's degree in cybersecurity in the UK, that if she had known, she wouldn't have bothered to waste money.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. She should have just done the program itself. But that was quite insightful. So finally, people, we want to hear from you that, okay, if they come into the program and you are their career coach, what do they stand to gain? You being their career coach, what are you, what with your classes with them, what will it entail?
All right. It entails a lot because there's a whole curriculum built around the career coaching. And during the career coaching, you'll be taught how to leverage all that you have learned in your technical classes, how to leverage them to your advantage when it comes to your career as a whole and getting your dream job, right? We'll be training you on how the kind of skills that is needed for you to fast track, you setting yourself up for success in cybersecurity beyond just technical skills, right? I understand that technical skills is very important, but even in the world that we are living today, soft skills or professional skills are also additional advantage or added advantage. And most of the time, this technical people don't give attention to such. Those are the things we'll be teaching you in the career coaching class. We also be introducing you to job hunting strategies. There is one thing to actually know how to do the job, but there's another thing to know how to get the job. It is when you get a job that you'll be able to do the job, right? And the hardest part is getting the job. To be very honest, most of the jobs I've gotten, right, the most hardest part of the whole process is getting the job. Anytime I get in and I look at some of the projects I'm working on, I'll be like, so this small project is the reason why they wanted to kill me during the hiring process, right? So it is always hard, and there are strategies to approaching interviews, looking for job, and all of that strategies you'll be taught. All of those strategies. You'll be taught how to leverage artificial intelligence or LLMs and AI tools for job hunting, CV revamp, interview prep. In fact, that is the biggest, because there is more than ChatGPT can do for you in interview preparation, or Copilot or Gemini in interview preparation that you ever think, right? All of these are strategies, and it's not something that you just know automatically. We'll be showing you. I'll be giving you how I use those tools to get jobs. This is not just head talk. I'll be sharing my screen, showing you prompts and and I'll be showing you the jobs interviews that I actually did with those, with those preparations. I'll also, be showing you in the career coaching session how to optimize your LinkedIn, position yourself. I'll be showing you examples of how recruiters are running after me in my DMs in LinkedIn, saying, oh, they want me to jump on interviews and I'm rejecting it. I'll be showing you how I was able to achieve that, and how you can also set yourself up, leveraging LinkedIn to position yourself to achieve the same, where you won't, bother to apply rigorously. Recruiters will be the ones reaching out to you based on your profile. That's LinkedIn optimization. And we'll also be going through different startup approaches, how you can like set up like a consulting, something small for yourself while you are looking for a job, how you can leverage Upwork, you know, to jump to get a project to work on, proposals, design, and all of that for Upwork, you know. We'll also be taking you through the process of different tech visa processes and the requirements, and how you can now position yourself in the next 2 years to be able to have gather that requirements while you build your career in cybersecurity. So these are all of the things that you'll be learning. And also we'll be having interview preparations, different, you know, strategies to approaching, you know, answering question in interview, how to prepare your personal pitch or elevator pitch for interviews when they say, oh, can we meet you, and all of that. All of these strategies is what you'll be learning during the career coaching sessions. So it's going to be a great one, because these are things that, you know, configuring firewall will not teach you. So those sessions are very important. Thank you. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, thanks a lot for your time, Mr. Shogun. And once again, I want to appreciate you for coming around tonight, and especially for the value you bring to the table, the career coaching sessions. I must say this, that when I watch some of those sessions, I see that this is just beyond doing work. This is beyond a job. This is just you being passionate about empowering people. And honestly, I appreciate what you are doing.
Thank you.
And my regards to your wife and to the family, right? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye for now.
Yeah, bye.
So that was Mr. Shogun, our career coach, sharing with us what you stand to gain at the career coaching sessions when you register. I'll be bringing on Nelson, our internship manager. And some of you might be wondering that you have not clear. What's all this thing about career coach, internship manager? So while Nelson is coming on, let me share with you how our digital training really works. So I'll give you like a structure, right? So that you know how, because you're wondering what's career coach, what's internship manager, what's all these names. So let me show you what we do here. So Nelson, please just give me like 2 minutes to just do this, to just explain to people. So when you get into our cybersecurity program, you have your technical tutor. He might show up tonight. So your technical tutor takes you on the technical aspects of cybersecurity. And that is, it takes you Tuesdays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then you have your GRC tutor. This is the person that teaches you GRC, data protection, ISO 27001. You know all those ones, ISO 27001, all those non-technical side, right? So this is Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m. So our program is a complete program, right? Then you have your career coach. Career coach, that is Mr. Shogun that we just finished with, CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, Upwork. The career coach just wants you to get a job, and communities, networking, certifications, interview prep, AI tools. The whole idea is get a job. Then we have the internship manager. So for your career coach, you have appointment with him twice in a month. So he has classes with you twice in a month, checking up of your progress. Now, the beautiful thing about the training is that it's only your technical program and your GRC program that ends after 5 months. Your career coaching does not end, because until you get a job, your career coach is with you. Then you have internship. So after your program, to build work experience, That is where we have Mr. Nelson. So here is work experience. When you are done, his own job with you is that after 6 months that you spend with him, you can either set up your company or you are a mid-level professional. You are not a beginner anymore. You're a mid-level professional in cybersecurity, right? So then you have your teaching assistant. You have your teaching assistant. This teaching assistant helps you if you have challenges with the class. So there's something you are not getting right. So it's different from your GRC tutor, different from your. So this program, sorry, some of you might be like, oh, this man is just blowing his trumpet too much tonight. But we put in a lot of resources into our program. I can tell you for a fact that this is the best cybersecurity training program you can ever come across. Take my word for it. We've had people, students who have attended, they've done master's degree program in the UK. And many of the things they learned in our program, they did not hear it in an 18-month program in cybersecurity. So it's a complete solution set, right? So that being said, Nelson, it's time for you. You're welcome to tonight's session. So Nelson is our internship manager. He has over 12 to 13 years of experience in cybersecurity, and he works at one of the biggest fintechs in Africa as a cybersecurity professional. He's actually, I think, they are information security advisor also. So Nelson, over to you. Let's have you here tonight. We can't see your face.
All right. Let me know if you can hear me.
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
You look like you have been working for the last 18 hours.
Yeah, just being a bit stressed. Yeah.
Sorry, the Lord is your strength. So over to you. Let's get to know you, and we can now go to the internship proper and the slides and everything. So let's just get to know you and your journey into cybersecurity. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Yomi. I would always want to say I appreciate the opportunity, especially that a lot of people are getting from the bootcamp, learning cybersecurity outside the usual traditional educational system, learning theoretically, then getting to practice the state is very important. And I think people from outside the country would really appreciate this kind of training, because when you look at the cost of getting this training, outside the country and what you are getting here in Nigeria, it's really, a blessing. So for me, why I'm saying this is that at the time when I was transitioning into IT, I did study computer science in school, but I wasn't very much interested with programming. So I was looking out for other things that entails IT, and I fall in love with networking. But for any of you that is here that done networking before, you would realize that at some point in networking, there's a mention of security. You're also much concerned around how do you want to secure the network, and that was for me the interest. Moving from the structured cabling network, moving into the wireless networking. So I had my first job as an IT support, but every 1 year at some point you have a job, but there's something you are always thinking about. Is this scalable in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? You want to get into an industry that is well, in demand in the market. So that was one of the things for me. I was looking for something that is in demand, and that's how I got into cybersecurity. I started by just while I was still an IT support, just trying my hands on projects. Because the cost, that's why I'm saying this. I started by thanking Mr. Yomi, because if you know the cost of getting boot camps back then, NIT, what's it called, Tech, even go and check the cost, you would know that those are very expensive. So even if you have the passion to go into IT, there's very less bootcamp. So I had to resolve into self-study, had an opportunity to, my first job was a cybersecurity engineer. In Nigeria at the time, I think the two industries that employ cybersecurity professionals are either the consulting firms or the financial institutions. Aside from these industries, you barely see maybe technology institutions. So I had my first job within the consulting sector, and I would say that that opportunity really exposed me to not just the defensive, but offensive aspect of cybersecurity and the potential it is and that's why I love the bootcamp, the internship program we are doing, because we are coming with a consulting mindset, how you can set up, how you can add real value, not just learn this thing, but how you can put it into play, add value. That's why people are paying you, because you need to add value to them. So you can set up businesses, provide these consulting services for small, medium businesses. So yeah, that's how I got into IT, from IT support, then getting exposed, seeing what the market needs, then just training myself just for resources. I remember I had to go to Computer Village, get resources. Back then you have to look for videos, but now we have programs like Digital, and the most important thing I would say Digital stood out is the mentorship. One of the biggest problems we have in the IT world is that there's no mentors, people that will show you how it is in the real world. That's what will boost your confidence, yeah. That's it.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I think I'll make you the host because the students they already have an idea of the training through what Shegun has done. So they might want to know what this internship really entails. What's really in this internship. So I just want you to walk us through the internship program using your slides, the projects that they do, so that we just have an overview of what internship covers. So I've made you the host already, and we are watching.
All right, please. If it's 5 minutes, just let me know so that I don't go above my time.
Okay, no problem. I'll give you an indication once it's 5 minutes to go. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, Mr. Yomis, let me know if you can see my slide, guys.
Loud and clear. I can see clearly.
So, I think we've had a lot about the internship program already. So why exactly are we doing it is more of an extension of the bootcamp program to say why you're looking out for job opportunity. Why don't we start getting our hands dirty, learning enterprise security solutions. Now, one of the problem we have in cybersecurity training institutions is that a lot of the solutions we learned are not really applicable in the real world. I'll be honest with you. A lot of these tools that we see that you go out there to learn, Hydra and the likes of this, you don't apply it, especially in the defensive aspect of cybersecurity. So now the problem is this, how the solution is this, sorry, the problem statement. How are we able to learn some of these solutions before even getting a job? Let me just branch off recently. In my organization, I've been engaged in conducting over 30 interviews in the last 1 month. And while I take the final decision on who to pick, I get to ask very, very extensive question around your experience with solutions, how you can use it to solve problem. And I see even people that have jobs in cybersecurity are failing these questions. So when you go out there for interviews, you see scenario-based questions. Now, that's what the program is all about. When you have done your first 6 months, 5 months learning, now those are some of the tools you've learned. How can we solve real-life problems? Some people know solutions, but they can't use it. So it's not just about the tool, the technology, and solving problem. That's why you see at the beginning of the slide that I have here, you would see that what we have is that employers are actually looking for problem solvers who can solve their real life problems. So the question is, what does the problems. What do organizations face around security today? What does enterprise security looks like? So the internship program at Agita has a structure, it has a strategy. Now, when you're done with the 5 months, we have a couple of home labs projects. Research, we did some research in the industry and look at some couple of tools that organizations are using today, in fact, that are helping them solve problem. Now, we put up a list of those tools. So let me put up a list of those tools and we created a curriculum. Let me know if you can still see my slide, what I'm
Yeah, I
sharing.
can.
So we have
Yeah.
a curriculum of an enterprise list of
So what I have
tools.
here is digital virtual internship program strategy. That's what I
Oh,
can see.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I think I need to share my
Yeah, the
entire
other one.
screen. Okay. All right. Can you see an
Yeah,
a
it's about
sheet?
to start sharing. Yeah, I can see it now. Mhm.
All right, thank you. All right, so you would see on the slide that we have a couple of different domains. Before I go into this, I want to show you something on the slide that we have, how we came across this aspect. Now, if you go to any organization today, cybersecurity starts from the place of strategy, how they solve business problem. Now, every organization, of course, have their business leadership, they have their problem statement. Now, we are trying to mimic that flow, have a template to say, when you join an organization, what kind of solutions can you or what problem can you solve? And in the real world, there's something called enterprise security, right? It entails having application security, because if you're employed today and an organization builds application, can you help them solve that problem? If they have database issues, database security issues, can you help them solve it? If it's an endpoint related stuff, so you can look at my slide, you see things around application security, data security, infrastructure security, endpoint security. These angles needs to be covered. So in Nigeria, if CBN is coming to assess it, these are the things they will look out for. Any regulatory standard, where I'm currently working, we just finished an audit, an ISO 27001 just last week. These are areas they were covering, because you have to be recertified. Now, when you are getting the job as a DPO or as an ISMS manager or as a security analyst, Mr. Yomi has walked us through the different, areas. You need to be able to provide solution across this security enterprise architecture. If you're not doing it, then you're not getting paid. This is serious business. This is what they are being paid for. Now, let me quickly go back. An enterprise architecture would look like this. You get into an organization, you get to see a couple of these issues, this stuff, component. Now, how do we solve it? That is where we started with our curriculum. Going back to our curriculum, you can see this is a cohort 2. And I would share, before I go on, let me share, this was one of our students' CV that was shared with me this week. This student is a data analyst. She's coming from being a data analyst into, our program. Then she joined in the cohorts, our internship. But you see that at age that these are some of the things she has learned. If I had the opportunity to employ this person as a tier 1 analyst, I would do that, because you can see value of some of the solutions that she had learned. And to give you that evidence, if you go back to one of the things we've learned, help our students to do, is to say they can put evidence of some of their projects even on their CV. Now, if I take you to this drive,
Wow.
you see a project. Now, let me walk you
Wow.
through. She can use this to defend at any point in time.
Point in
Now, you can
time.
see this is an application security. This is for a fintech that is building an application. Now, her role here is to conduct an assessment on that application before it goes into production. What do you need to do? So I'm just walking through because of time. Now, these tools, something I want to show you is that all these tools you are seeing here, these are enterprise-based tools. Now, what we do is that we look for enterprise-based tools that have community editions that our students can enroll, or we look for those ones that have 2 weeks, a month, or even 3 months community trials. We enroll and we do use cases. So that's one thing I've noticed in Nigeria. A lot of people will say they know these tools. Then you ask them about use case of these tools, how to solve problem. They can't tell you. And that's what this project is. How she can use these tools. Aikido is one of them we did. Sync, these are one of the two best solutions in application security. This lady with this presentation can get job anywhere. Can see how she's
Definitely.
able to,
Definitely. We
she's
work,
able to
we have here. Yeah.
yeah. So you can see how she's able to show you introduction of the tools, how she's able to use these tools to identify vulnerability on that application. So if you have application today, we have students that can help you assess them and you have to pay them. That's what I'm telling you. So you can join that train, be among those students that can add value to organization. So these are some of the, and we don't just, we show you how, this is how you do it in the real world. This is how you prepare presentation report, not just using the tools, communicate. Come into our class, you have to defend your project. Then I ask you real life questions. I did a test run. The question I was asking people during interview in my place of work, I brought it to class and asked my student. Over 70% of those questions were answered,
Wow.
and I think Mr. Yomi was talking about students that asked for referrals. In the last 2 weeks, we had two students. One of them was got a job as a business analyst, but what she did was to use projects she did in
Yeah,
cybersecurity to get job,
cybersecurity. Yeah.
and
I did a reference
exactly.
that this week. Yeah.
Exactly. So she
Yeah.
walked me through that. She had to use projects she did in cybersecurity to get jobs. The other guy, also who is even a security person in Nigeria, got into UK, right? Got into, but didn't get a job at first, not because of the security, what's it called? They ask you for security clearance because
Clearance.
there are
Yeah.
certain jobs that will require security clearance. He got a job recently and was telling me about the experience in the interview. So these are projects you do that helps you build. These are just one of the projects. You can see some other. These are projects that, for example, these are an endpoint security project, how you can provide endpoint security to an organization, investigating threats. So we are not just teaching you how to use this solution, but you have to set it up from the scratch. Now, if you go to platform like TryHackMe, Hack the Box, and the like, you
Those
have
ones are
this, they
academic
already,
in nature.
in fact, let me shock Mr. You can see that even Hack the Boss have bought less defend because they know the need to get real life experience. So
Yeah.
the platforms that we even use to, we also use some of these virtual environment, but they would not help. They will not teach you how to deploy these to yourself.
In
So
real life. In real
exactly. So
life.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So you can see, for example, I want to just show you. This is like a virtual machine. You have to set it up. You have to do the networking. And that's the confidence. That's where the confidence comes in. Not just saying you are a dashboard engineer. So you have to know. And when you do this deployment, like I'm showing you guys, when you do this deployment, secondly, that means you can apply for job as security engineers as a consultant. You can even apply as an IT support person in an organization that have security. Now, that's it for engineering. Then security, when it now comes to analytical aspect of cybersecurity, you can see this is a phishing investigation project. I like how my students they do a research to tell you how it is done, and they present this thing. So you come and do this project, you come and present it, then we grade it. You can see that we also just because of time, we grade. You can see we give student grades. If you don't do it well, we also give you feedback. I don't know if Mr. Im, there's any question so far, but these are projects showing how students, currently we are in week 16, and when you do a project, you get to submit, it is reviewed, then we move on to other aspects. So that's how we carry out this project, in the internship class to align. So most importantly is that we're trying to go across all the key areas the organization are having problem, and we're trying to find solution to it. And you see all of our projects: mobile application, APIs. In fact, one of the good things about a digital program is that we are also not static. In our first cohort, we didn't do things around API. We have included API security because we know that that is one of the highest attack vector in the world. What I mean is that that's one of the areas where attackers are, encroaching. So we now, because of that, now we are looking into AI,
We have like
AI
5 minutes
security.
now. Yeah.
All right. So I think that
Yeah.
I'm almost done. I was just trying to put
Yeah.
clarity into some of things. So that's all
Yeah.
from my side.
No, you can continue. We have 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes more.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah. You
right.
can see on the
So,
screen. Yeah.
so you guys can see some of the projects. Like I said, things around API assessment, and that's the most important thing. We are looking at trends, and we are also trying to learn these things. And I like that at the end of the day, when you do this project, it can translate into your CV, into key projects in your CV that you can defend. So that's the approach. Then, like our last speaker spoke, that was talking about learning how to do the interviews.
Yeah.
We have our career mentor that shows us how to do interviews, take us
Yeah.
through the process, not just in Nigeria but outside, how we can position ourselves for these job opportunities. Yeah. So
Okay. So I have one last question now. So for those
all
who
right.
go through this internship program with you, there's no doubt that they're going to master the work experience. Like there's no doubt about it. So now from your experience, how do they position themselves as consultants? I just want you to answer that in the remaining 3-4 minutes that we have.
Okay, so first
Yeah.
of all, as you go through the internship program, one of the
Yeah.
things we do from day one is to help you change how you think about these things. People come into the program with the idea of getting job with organization. But again, we want you to think ahead of that to say, aside from getting job, you can also be a problem solver. So every one of us in the internship class believe that we can solve problem. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, what kind of problem can we solve? That's we get to research and see, especially for SMEs. One of the biggest issues that we have is that cybersecurity solutions are quite expensive. So people know what to do. Organizations want to get these tools, but they don't have the budget. Secondly, they don't have the resources. Now, in your sphere, the experience where you are coming from, as you learn these tools, as we go from one solution to another, we are seeing how you can apply these solutions to solve real life problems. What are the use cases? So as you document your solution, we are also looking at teaching you how to present it, right? How to present it. I was telling some of my students, for example, identify organizations that have core websites, that have online businesses, and ask them that you want to do an assessment for them. When you show value, they want you to continuously do an assessment, test their APIs, test their application. Now, I don't know if you noticed the slide that I showed you, you see that the presentation is done as the student, taking the student as a consultant.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
present. So you are
Exactly.
already having that mindset. And as you do it for the 6 months,
Consultant.
you already see yourself, even if you get a job with an organization, you still see yourself as a consultant for that company. And that's the best way to really apply these things. Yeah.
Interesting. So they're already working as a consultant. So it's
In fact, I had a friend that was transitioning into, he couldn't get into the program, was just by the side, just teaching, and after 6 months of working with an organization, he just got a cybersecurity job that I referenced. Someone just reached out to me and say, I need a cybersecurity consultant, and I reached out because this person was building this, he was following the labs,
yeah.
was just
Yeah.
following labs that I give to him.
Yeah.
Now, the company he was working for before didn't want to leave in. Then I told him, tell them you will be a consultant for them. Why you get a new job? And that's the sign, that's something they have agreed. So if you are very good, because you know your onion, you can also be a consultant, even with the organization you work with. All right,
Okay,
so that's all. Yeah.
So thanks for your time,
Thank
Nelson.
you.
Really appreciate. And hold on, let me reclaim the host before you go. So
All
the
right.
session doesn't end, right? So thank you for coming around. So the students will they'll meet with you at the internship program. All right, so I'm bringing on Mr. Adeyemi Paul. I have made you a panelist, so he'll be joining us. But before he comes on, just to announce to people who are watching us that this is how the program works. There's a technical tutor, there's a GRC tutor, there's a career coach, as you can see. Career coach does his classes twice in a month. There's internship with Mr. Nelson, and there's a teaching assistant who works every day and helps you with the challenges that you might have. Training starts next week, Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday. That is 4th of November. Registration closes same day. Registration closes same day. Right, so you have enough time to register. Then classes holds Tuesdays and Saturdays. Then the GRC, the class holds on Fridays, right? But the main classes Tuesdays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Nigerian time. The UK time has changed, so it's 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. UK time, but 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Nigerian time. It's 5 months of classes, and after then you have your internship program, right? So we'll give you more details as we proceed. So right here we are bringing on Mr. Adeyemi Paul, a former student of digital consulting, and is here to share with us tonight about his experience with the training program. So over to you, sir. Let's see your face and let's hear your voice. Yeah.
All right. Good evening, sir. Is my voice heard?
Yeah, we can hear your voice. It's your face now that we have not seen yet.
To show my face, right? My laptop camera has a little bit of an issue.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, so let's get to know you. Yeah, so then from there, we'll proceed to the other questions.
All right, thank you so much. I'm Adeyemi Paul, and at the moment, I work as an IT support and a business technology analyst. Few months before now, right? If you asked me, what do you do, I would tell you a lot of things. Meanwhile, I wouldn't be able to pinpoint at a particular thing, right? So, but I'm an IT support today and a business technology analyst. Why? Because of I found a path in, agile consults, that's in the cybersecurity. So this gave me an edge. This streamlined me to a career. So I can say yes, I've begun my career as an SOC analyst and a GRC consultant. But at the moment, all right, I work as an IT support, and that's all thanks to the cybersecurity that I took from Agita Consult. Yeah.
Oh, very good. So how did you get to know about the program, and why did you register for the program with us?
All right, thank you. So yes, I mean, I was just strolling on Instagram and I just saw this stuff. But prior to that, right, I finished school, I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I finished as an engineer. So I've been like, Paul, what's the way forward, right? I'm done with NYSC. What's the way forward? Find something that, and everyone is going into tech, and I don't want to go into coding because I'm not sure I really have, the energy and the stress for all of that. So I've actually begun cybersecurity, right? I've done one or two courses here and there, Coursera here and there, but those are not the things I was looking for. I was looking for something more tangible. I was looking for something that could actually feed my appetite. I was looking for something that I could know that, okay, once I've gone into it, I can actually begin. I was looking for a strong foundation. So I saw it on Instagram as, as funny as it may sound, and then I remembered me entering your DM. I'm like, sir, are you sure this is the way? And I remembered you just advising me and, assuring me that yes, and I can tell you that since when I have joined, I mean, we say no capping. I mean, no capping, man. It has been good. It has been awesome. It has been awesome. Don't let me shoot myself. Let me just allow you ask questions.
Okay, so the other question I want to ask is, people might be wondering that, oh, can people without a tech background actually take this program, or is it for people who are techie, who are very strong in computers? So from your experience, anybody that just has basic computer literacy, can they come through this program and become a professional after the end the program?
Okay, if you are looking for one without a tech background, I mean, if you are
Yeah.
looking for a living of one without a tech background, I am a living proof, right? I think I remember saying that I don't want to go into coding, right? Even though my course in school had coding in line, but I ran away from it. So I didn't want to go into coding. I feel, and I remember those were the questions that I asked you to before I, began, that it does not involve coding and all those stuff that you'll be giving me, you know. And he said, no, we said no, it doesn't really. And yes, I entered into it. And have you met the teacher, the technical teacher? My God, how he broke everything down. I mean, even if, permit me to use the word, even if you are a dummy, there is no how that you wouldn't understand. And I'm not exaggerating. There was a time I entered his DM talking about technical teacher. I believe he should be on this call. I told him that, sir, to be a teacher like you. He laughed, and I'm like, I'm not joking. The way this man breaks down things to the simplest level, you wouldn't think you are in a cybersecurity class. It makes the technical thing not technical. And yes, I was able to hear my prayers before I finished the cybersecurity course. I had began teaching already. I mean, taking it as a cybersecurity, tutor. One of my friend that
Wow.
actually had this, that told his other friend that already has experience in this. It was like, it's a lie. Like it was like, permit the use of my Yoruba. Was like, how did it
Yeah.
happen? The guy started training and he's already a tutor. And I have proofs. I already have students under me, right? And
Wow.
this was the fact that I met a teacher that teaches you from his art. Yes, so if you are just coming and you don't have any knowledge, you don't even need knowledge of tech. No, no, no. Scrap that. You don't need all of that. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Adeyemi Paul. It's really been a wonderful time having you here tonight. You've helped with our questions and really appreciate you. And we wish you all the best in this new career path. So when did you start this work?
Okay.
Hello?
So basically now I
Yeah.
I have 2 jobs, right? At
Wow.
all things. Yeah. I have 2 jobs. So I work remotely as a cybersecurity tutor. All right.
Wow.
And physically I work as an IT support. All right. So yes,
Oh.
I mean I'm tingling between the both. So
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
and this how that by before I register for the course, right? One of my friend that has experience in this, he asked me to say, he asked for the curriculum of this and everything. Wanted to, because I wanted to be sure that I'm putting my head in a good basket. And this like he wished he did not opt in for the cybersecurity course that he did, that he wished he actually opt in for mine, because he was the one that even me to actually become more serious in the GLC part, because I was like, GLC part, I was skeptical. But everything that Consult offers, it is much more than the amount that we paid. This one is the sure fact. Career coaching session, technical class, GLC class, and we want to teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn. This is way more than the amount that is being charged. So this is an opportunity for me to say to Agita. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Thanks for coming around. Nice testimonials from you, and wishing you greater success. Yeah. Bye for now. Thank you. So that was Adeyemi Paul, who recently finished his program and is doing great things. So I can see many of you have been asking, is it a free program? First of all, this session will be made available. The program is not free. but it is cheap. As you should know, it can be free because of the resources we deploy in providing this kind of program. So it's not free, but it's actually cheap, right? So because we are doing a 50% promo. So normally this program should go for 700,000 naira, 350 pounds for people who are outside of Nigeria. But because we are coming to the end of the year and this is the cheapest it will be, we are doing a one-time payment of 300,000 naira. So many of you are shocked that it's this cheap for all this career coaching, technical classes, GRC, internship, ongoing career coaching. Yes, 300,000 naira one-time payment. But that is if you pay between now and next week Tuesday. I will advise you do it between now and next week Monday so that you can tie your slots down. This is the last time we'll make it. We are reviewing this price after now, right? So we are reviewing both for Nigeria and for the UK. People in the UK usually pay 350 pounds, but we are giving this just a one-time off. So whether you're in the UK, you are in the US, you are in Canada, you are in Nigeria, and you are lucky to attend this webinar tonight, you are getting 50% off. So you're all paying the same amount, 300,000 naira. But take note, if you don't register for this one, this is the last time this price. After this program, in the next 6 months that we do this program, we are reviewing the price. So, but you still have this advantage now. So you can do one-time payment, 300,000 naira. Or if you want to do two-time payment, you can do 200,000 naira by Monday or latest Tuesday. I will advise that by Monday, you get in, right? Provision will still be made for Tuesday, but you are very certain that if you register by Monday, you are sure to be in, right? But by Tuesday, well, hopefully you can still make it. Then you do 175,000 naira by December ending. By December ending. This is how it works. You can do a one-time payment of 300,000 naira and save 75,000 naira. Or if you are unable to do that, you can just split it. You can do 200,000 naira now, and you can do 175,000 naira by December ending. If you want to register, you can WhatsApp any of these numbers. WhatsApp plus 234 8077587734, or you can also WhatsApp. There's another number that you can WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp any of these two numbers, and you are good to go. So plus 234 907 993 7803. Right? WhatsApp any of these numbers for registration. The information will still be posted on the group anyway. Then account to pay so that you are not afraid that, oh, I'm not talking to a scammer. So this is the account to pay, 3379, the Digital Consulting, Providus Bank. The Digital Consulting, Providus Bank, right? So this is the account to pay to. You can pay to this account. You can WhatsApp any of these lines, and you can go by the one-time payment and save yourself some 5,000 naira, or you can decide to do 200,000, but by December ending, you have to complete the payment. But take note, this is the last time it's going to be offered for this price. So we're just doing a 50% off for everybody, all right, and take advantage of it. So I still have one more, maybe two more of our students who are here. Daniel, the next person is one of our students, and he has some success stories to share with us. So Daniels, he likes to call himself Bookie. I don't know why. So you are welcome to tonight's session. Let's hear from you. Your experience, who you are, how you met us, attended the training, what you have done after the training, and what you are currently doing. So over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pastor Yomi.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Thanks
my
for
mentor
coming around.
Nelson. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shegu. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, Success. Well, my name is Daniel Chukwebukebo. I'm a cybersecurity consultant with a background in chemical engineering. So, what I'm currently doing now, to go be the glory after my experience with digital, both the first training, the bootcamp, and the internship. I was able to get an opportunity to be a cybersecurity facilitator for a tech company. The owner is a Nigerian from my state, but he wants to give to the community. He called me, I got involved. But how am I able to do these things? Because I gain knowledge. I gain those foundation from Digital. So currently I specialize in patch management, security information event management, deployment, threat intel, endpoint detection, and I do this for SMEs, right? So that is what I do for now. And I also have some one-on-one personal coaching that those that want to transition. They reach out, I do my few assessments, and if the agreement and conclusion is okay, I pick them in. So I can tell you, I don't even have time for myself, but this is something that you need to keep evolving. I'm also a learner, I keep learning. But all these things started from the roots. I remember reaching out to you, Pastor Yomi. I still have our chat on Instagram when I was trying to find because there are a lot of information for those that are transitioning, especially those without tech background. Go to the internet, Google cybersecurity, there are a lot of information. But if you miss that foundation, now, if you get the foundation right and have passion for it, you're not going to struggle in cybersecurity. So coming to Digital really helped me have that solid foundation. I transitioned, I followed the foundation, and I now chose a niche. Now that really helped me. Then I also got the internship opportunity. Wow. Now that's solidified after the bootcamp. Now, even after my bootcamp, I got a job as well to do cybersecurity. I started positioning myself there. I got an offer of which I related to you, Pastor Yomi. If you can remember, I still have the chat on WhatsApp. I did a cybersecurity awareness for a telecommunication company in Lagos, remote for their staffs, right, for 3 days. And after that, I also got an offer for the same awareness for a legal firm in the same Lagos, all remote. So thanks to Digital, that is it. Yeah.
Okay, so before I move on to other questions, I also want to find out that because you spoke about doing some cybersecurity work for SMEs. So can you just share more light on that?
All right. I gained that experience during my internship. God bless you, Nelson. He always tell us if you don't do it, you don't know it. During my internship, I was exposed to open source security solutions. Like he said, some security solutions are so expensive. But with him and with the help of the internship, we are exposed to some affordable open source security solutions that you can deploy for SMEs in their working environment. I was able to learn how to deploy SIM, Wazoo, patch management, safe line web application firewall. I even did a capstone project on IT monitoring, real-time monitoring using Nito and Lansweeper for asset inventory. Now that gave me, I documented each and every step. And as I'm documenting, he's pushing us. Share on LinkedIn. Even the career coaching helped me. Career coaching helped me. The LinkedIn optimization, I was pushing myself. I was getting visibility. I will post, I will tag him. So, and I kept on getting visitors on my LinkedIn. So the opportunities that I have now, I'll find out that people have been stalking me before they even reach
Wow.
out. So each
Wow.
and every project I did on the internship, I can proudly and boldly tell you that I documented it, I did it. Like he always say, if you don't do it, you don't know it. So that has helped me. So I'm using my knowledge in those areas to help organizations, especially SMEs, that cannot afford the enterprise security solution.
So how many of them have you worked for now?
Yes, I've worked with two. I'm still in negotiation with
with the
one.
third one. Oh,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah. And it's not
Wonderful.
free. It's not free.
It can't be free now.
Sometimes I even applied for a volunteer work, which is still under review. Now they are still considering to choose me and all that. But even if they choose me or not, I'm not bothered. I know they're going to choose me because I want to build more experience for the real world out there. Yeah. So that gave
Interesting.
me the confidence, honestly. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one from you because it shows what myself and Nelson were discussing, that with
Yeah.
what you people have done at the internship program, you're already consultants. It's just for you to show your projects out there, and organizations will come for you. So my next question is that, do people, and I asked the former person, like, do people without a tech background, do you think they can cope with this training?
Yes.
Or is it for people who are strong computer gurus?
Like me, I have a background in chemical engineering, but I've always had this passion for IT, especially on the area of securing the blue team, the SOC analysts. So I had the same thought, but coming into digital, it changed the narratives. You know, the technical, the GRC, and also the career coaching is a very solid foundation that really helped me. So I can proudly tell you, with digital curriculum and with their structure, you don't need to have any tech background. Just have that passion, just have that zeal, just have that dedication. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I
sir.
wish we could go on and on, but the time is saying we are at 8:56,
Thank
right?
you, sir. Thank you,
I'm
sir.
happy to hear the great stories from you and the great experts you are making. So keep at it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Well done, eh? Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you, Hejita.
Yeah, bye. So I can see people asking, the training is 100% online. Yes, there are many certifications. You get a certificate for the training. Is online, 100% online, but it's project based, so don't worry about that. We'll still share more information on the groups. Yeah, training is 100% online. You get certificates. The internship is not, we don't pay you for internship. You should even be the one paying us for the internship, but we don't collect extra money for that, right? So because the internship gives you real work experience, right? The recording of the webinar will be shared on the group, right? So I've answered that question. What kind of laptop? 8 gig RAM will do or higher. 4 gig RAM can also do, so that will be fine, right? To register, I've shared the WhatsApp numbers on the group to register. The recording will be made available, right? I've shared information for registration. It will still be shared on the group, right? So don't worry about that. It's not ordinary certificate, so you get global certifications. We'll share all that information on the group. Right. So the last person tonight is Mitokpe Ojo, who has his hands raised up. Right. Who has his hands raised up, and we'll take him tonight. So Mitokpe, you are welcome. Thank you for coming tonight. I really appreciate you. So let's get to know you and how you got to know about digital and what you have done with digital so far. Over to you, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here this evening. My name is Temitope Ojo. I'm a solution architect with SecPoints, solution architect for cybersecurity solution and SD1 expert. I joined SecPoints just less than 2 months ago. That's after I finished the training.
Wow.
So before now, I've been okay. I had experience as a network engineer for at least for over a decade. But recently, I actually want to transition to cybersecurity, and I've had 1 or 2 courses on maybe related to cybersecurity, but not satisfied with it until I finally decided, because I've been following digital for 2 years or more than a year before I had that training. So I was just doubting, would they be the right people? But to be sincere, joining them was really a story changing for me. It's quite worth it. The dedication, the full team. It's quite a robust school. It's a school, and it's even more than a school because it's far robust. Robust in the sense about every department is well taught. They are not only interested in your technical skills, they are interested in the career. You have the career class, you have the GRC classes there, and good thing you have a support. We call it
Teaching assistant.
teaching assistant for
Yeah.
so if you have any issue or you lag behind in the class, the teaching assistant is always ready to support you. And for me, I've not seen that kind of a comprehensive training before. And even after that time, I've tried to maybe do other training in other areas, and none of them could actually meet up with what Ejita is doing. That's just it. So it's a massive experience for me, and I'm so grateful for that.
Wow, that's good to know. So this current job that you are doing, do you think the training was instrumental in moving to this current job?
Yes, the training was very helpful for me because
you just
during the interview, just like I told you that I've been trying to transition. I've been trying to transition to cybersecurity, and that shows that I've had 1 or 2 interviews before this last one. But before this last one, I can remember that I had, after that training, or running towards the end of the training, I think the interview happened even before I finished the training. That's when we started the interview. And I remember that I have 2 different interviews that is actually cybersecurity related. And the kind of composure, the kind of confidence I have is quite different, and it's quite convincing. It's quite, when you are an interviewing, and you are a candidate, when you sit in front of the interviewer, when you are doing well, or when you actually or you not do well. So for me, it was so convincing, and it's quite as a result of the all-round knowledge I acquired in Ejita. And just like I said earlier, that it's a comprehensive package for me. And because there are times I even wonder that, because some of all these tutors, they are professional tutors. They are professionals. They are professionals in their careers. Like Mr. I will mention their name now. Okay, like
Benga.
Mr. Benga is a professional. I remember the last, I was in JAGTEX. JAGTEX is a one. It's an
Tech Summit.
tech global event that took place recently, and I met one of his colleagues at the event, and I mentioned his name, and I was like, oh, that's my. So just is people that are in tech, people that are professionals, and like Mr. Sheguntu. Looking at his profile, I went to go and check his profile on LinkedIn. The way he's so calm when he's trying to tell us about career, so detailed, try to make sure that we pay attention. And I went to check his profile. Somebody in UK, I wonder how you are paying him, and how so I wonder how Mr. is capable, as in he's doing that. Because I'm looking at, is he out of the money I paid that he's able to.
But you know that the money you people pay, when you look at all these Nelson, Shego, all these people, like, how much is left? But we thank God, God is helping us. We can't hear you. Hello. Hey, Joe. I think the network. Hello. Okay.
Hello, sorry for that.
Now. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah. Hey, he's off for. Let's wait. Okay, he's back. Yeah, you are back now. Yeah.
Sorry for the
it's okay. It happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a great experience. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So congrats on the transition, and thanks for coming around tonight. I'm wishing you great success in the program. But as you know, Agital is a family. So when people transition and they still need support, we always provide that support. Our tutors are still reachable. So the support is always there. So even when you get a job and you need help and assistance, Nelson is there, Benga is there, the teaching assistants are there, Chidema, Ebuka. So it's a family. So thank you very much, sir. And regards to the family, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yes, so that was Mr. Temitope. So we have someone in the house that will just say hi to us, and that's Odinaka. Odinaka is one of our tutors. He's outside of Nigeria, but he will be saying hi to us tonight. He's at this session. He might not really say much, but He's most likely going to be one of the tutors that will be taking you this current batch, right? So we have a lot of tutors. So Odinaka is declined. Okay, so Odinaka, I think he wasn't expected. He wasn't expecting me to bring him on. So thank you, people. The replay will be shared on the group, right? The replay will be shared on the group. Other information will be shared on the group, right? Mr. Michael Adebayo, is not true. You don't need connection to get a job in cybersecurity. That's what we've been saying all through tonight. You don't need a single connection to get a job. That's not true at all. In Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, you don't need connection. All you need is training, projects, some certifications, and you are good to go. Like, look at all what people are saying tonight. And we couldn't even bring all of our students. We just had to bring the few because of our time. So please remove that from your mind. You don't need connection, right? You don't need connection. So every other questions, somebody saying I've taken foundational courses in cybersecurity. This is not a foundational course. This is a beginner to expert program, right? It's a beginner to expert program. Online Rewaju Son, it's a complete program. You can't just read. If you say you want to do internship alone, you still pay the same amount of money. So it's not left to you, right? You still pay the same amount of money, right? So it's 100% online. I've answered all the questions. So I've said it before. The duration is 5 months for the training, 6 months for internship. Internship is after. You can choose to do internship, but we always advise that you do internship. Is there no female rep? We have female tutors. We have female tutors in our program, but we can't bring all our our cybersecurity faculty. I think we're almost close to maybe 10 to 12. When I count all our tutors and in our cybersecurity faculty, if not more than 12, right? So we can't bring everybody here tonight. How many hours? Just 2 hours. So there are females. So don't think that this cybersecurity is for men. No, it's not true. Or what if I'm not able to attend the class? Oh, I forgot to tell you, all classes are recorded. All classes are recorded and replays made available. Oh, Mr. Femi Adebayo, thank you, Pastor. I'm a living testimony. Well, you can send me a chat. So let me hear your story. Mr. Femi Adebayo, you can send me a chat. Let me hear your story. Because many of you, we never hear from you. You just leave the program, you get your job, and you disappear. So you can drop me a chat, and we'll take it off from there. So people, we can continue indefinitely so that the replay will not be too long. So if you have further questions, you can always ask the questions, right? You can always ask the questions, and let me share the WhatsApp numbers again. So these are the WhatsApp numbers. WhatsApp, these numbers, this is the account to pay to. Here's the WhatsApp, and so we can take, and you can drop your questions on the group. The group will be opened shortly tonight. You can ask your questions on the group. Anybody can do the training. Mr. Dennis Anderson. I may Ganye. Okay, send me a chat. You are an digital student. Send me a chat. Right, send me a chat. Anonymous attendee. Yeah, you can pay now. Why not? You can pay now, right? And join the next batch. You can do that. But like I said, this is the last time this training will be 300,000 naira. This is the last time that it will be this cheap. So please take note of that, so that you won't say, "Oh, boss, it was this before, it was that," right? So, people, let's call it a day tonight. If you have questions that have not been answered, yes, those are the fixed days. But don't worry, if you miss any of the classes, replay is made available. Godfrey Obi, replay is made available, and the teaching assistant will also support you. So all classes are recorded. The replay will be shared on the group. You can download the replay. If you miss a class, teaching assistants can organize makeup classes for you, right? So that's it. Right. Oh, wonderful. Mr. Adebayo, wonderful. Good to hear that from you. You are based in Germany, and it's been a wonderful experience, right? So for Woche Neyo, don't worry. What's the advice I have for someone in a dilemma about which need to pursue in cybersecurity? join the program. When you get into the program, you'll be exposed to the niches, so you will specialize. So I can't tell you, go and do this niche. When you get in the program, you'll be exposed to the niches. Then you choose what works for you. So that's how it works. So no, we can't. Augustine, Egital students, send me a chat. Egital students, send me a chat. Egital students, send me a chat. That's it, right? And we'll take it off from there. Take it off from there. So, right, people. You have the WhatsApp details. So any question we can't answer here, just send and we'll take it off from there. Bye for now. See you all in the class. I leave you with my last word. Don't give in to analysis paralysis. The best time to learn cybersecurity was yesterday. The next best time is today. Bye for now. Bye.